let's do this.
Love me? Okay, we're good. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna cheat a little bit. Hi guys, we were talking behind the scenes, and we'll get to know our guests a little bit because we haven't really talked that much. We were just getting to know each other a little bit. So I'm gonna go through chat really quick to welcome them in, and then we can go from there, from the topics and stuff.
Yeah,
because basically I was watching YouTube videos to figure out the training camp topic that we'll discuss a little bit more. Okay. Respect oranges. I did not forget about Tim's surprise. This is one from PTA's chat, and I know that for sure. Because I said hi to PTA before Packers stole access Clayton or Tim, as you guys know them. And so I went in there to be like, hey, I want to say hi for a little bit. And Respect Oranges wished me good luck, or wished us good luck on the show. So they're here right now. Hi, Respect Oranges, if you're still listening. And then, like I told you, this is my friend Justin from 30 minutes away from me. This is the connection that Rob and I had.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then I'm like usually in chat, like to say hi, like to welcome to everyone.
Yeah.
And then get away comment. And then this is my friend from Brittany. She's originally from Illinois. Hello, and she's a Packer fan.
Oh, we got another comment.
Yeah, I know. I know who that is. They're just trying to like get me away from everyone in the comments. Okay. So this is my friend Corey. He's also a member of MAC, or My Autism Connection. Fun fact about Corey, I'm going to say this without you telling me Corey. Corey and Justin are actually friends from high school.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So they're both from New York originally. And then, yes, Justin, thank you for that. Speaking of that, I guess, Justin asked the first question right away. Throwback uniforms. We got new throwback uniforms, you guys. So I did a couple. Have you seen the new uniform yet?
Yeah, I have. I've seen.
You like it?
Honestly,
you hate it?
So a lot of people say that they look very similar to the Illinois uniforms, and I wholeheartedly agree. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't mean that we just like straight up copied them. Like that was old school football uniforms in general. Everybody wore leather caps. Everybody wore,
that's a good point.
Yeah, everyone wore those leather caps. So I feel like anybody could have done it. Any team that played during that era could have done it. So like I feel like them telling us that we copied Illinois is like a little bit unfair because we were one of the first teams in the NFL. So I think they're great. I love the helmet design. The helmet design looks really cool. I think the jerseys look really similar to our old school throwbacks either way. So I think that didn't change much. I just feel like it's mainly the old uniforms just with the new helmet, but I really like it. It looks better. It looks better to me than that just old like yellow one, So I like them a lot more.
So I agree. I love the new uniform. The new helmet. Yeah, the new helmet is a major improvement over the last time they did a brown helmet.
Yeah.
So I kind of looked at the brown helmet beforehand, and I agree. I love the leather look of it. As you know, I'm from Texas, so leather is a big thing in Texas. I love the leather look. So basically, I did a little bit of research about it earlier. This is from ESPN, so I'll take it as you wish. ESPN lost a lot of respect for me personally. So when I was at the draft, as you know, they did not show Tom Grossi's shouting out the pick.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
So I actually filmed it, or my group. So I was with his audience kind of, and we all filmed it. So that's why we have it to this day.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Gorilla. Okay.
Gorilla.
Yeah, this is a joke, kind of. Not really. So it's, you didn't change your name. Wow. So I know Gorilla in real life too. So nice. I go to this bar.
You know everything in real life.
I mean, I don't know Respect Oranges. But yeah, pretty much. So Gorilla and I go to a bar in Naples, Florida called Oasis. And every single touchdown, Gorilla, and he dresses like a gorilla, like his profile picture. And he dances to Roll of the Barrel.
That's hilarious.
I miss you too, girl. He said, miss y'all, go Pack. Yes, you know that. And one of our two of our friends, Gorilla and someone else, actually took my phone because I was at the bar when we played the Bears, the first game ever with the Bears last season. Missed field goal. That was that one.
Oh,
or the block.
I was
The
so
block.
happy. I was
Yep.
so happy. Honestly,
So
I think that's one of the happiest like memories I have like as a Packer fan because we
I
don't
would say that and the
win games
Saints.
like that. We don't
The
win
Saints.
games like that.
No, the
I
Saints one too.
Yeah, prior to that like
That's
blocked field goal, I couldn't tell you the last time that we really
Mhm.
had like a lucky like blocked field goal. I feel like we've lost so many games, unfortunately
Mhm.
like that. And I was just pissed. I was just pissed that it felt like the winning streak was gonna be lost at this right there to the Bears. You never like losing to the Bears, as a Packers fan.
So my friend Ryan and Gerla, I'm not gonna say I know Gerla's real name. I'm not gonna. I'll be nice, Gerla. I do know it because you were just Snapchatting me. Basically, some of my friends took my phone and decided to record a message for our Bears fans, and I will not play it.
Wait, I think we need to see the video now.
I can send it to you.
I think we need to see that video now.
Oh, it's on the channel somewhere.
Okay.
I can send it to you though. It's on my.
You'll have to show me afterwards.
Yeah, I'm just not playing it because of copyright. I mean,
no worries.
I know. Oh, girl. Whatever. I'll see you soon, Girla, hopefully. Anyway, it's back to the uniform before Girla showed up. He like ruins all the fun, kind of. So here's the thing. I think I like the jersey more. I read an article from ESPN and Justin said, "Boo ESPN for not potentially taking over NFL Network and Red Zone." Yeah, that's a good point.
That is a good point. That actually is.
Yeah.
I actually made a comment on this on the actual, I don't know if it was the NFL account or if it was ESPN, but honestly, I'm so sick. Like, does anybody notice how football is like such a marketed thing? Like, we have to pay $400 plus if we want the subscription with the NFL where we could watch any game. Red Zone itself is probably like $20 a month. With this move that they're making, I feel like Red Zone is probably going to be like $50 to $100 for the year, something ridiculous, right? I feel like no other sport does that. No other sport has such an exclusivity to the product that we're watching because we can only watch our regional matches for the most part, our regional games for the most part.
Right.
So you're forced to buy these packages, or else you just can't watch your team play.
Unless if you go to sports bars, because most of them have YouTube Prime already.
That's true.
What I'm finding.
That's true, but sometimes you just want to relax at the comfort of your home and lay back.
Well, right. But that's when I met Gorilla is at that sports bar, for instance. It's and that one's a Packers bar. It's like every touchdown they play Roll Out the Barrel. Gorilla see me dancing to it. There's video of that. Oh, yeah, right. Gorilla doesn't talk. Gorilla, we have a video of you talking on my TikTok right now. What are you talking about? Anyways, the jersey. I love the navy look and the dark gold numbers in the black dark blue strips, which are unavailable to represent it's representing the first year of the Packers, which I love.
Oh, is that what it's actually doing?
Yeah.
I actually had no idea.
Yeah, so it's one of the first jerseys.
I really love the helmet. I can't get over the helmet. The detail is insane. And like Justin was saying, the all brown look, that all brown look was originally meant to symbolize the old school leather caps, but it was just so plain and bland. And honestly, I just think it looked horrible. I really do think it looked horrible. The design is so nice. It's so realistic. Like you just look at it and it just appeals to the eyes so easily.
Exactly. I mean, I don't like how they don't have a G on the helmet though. That's something that you have to get used to. But
I feel like it wouldn't make sense to put a G on that helmet. You know, like the all yellow, like just cheese helmets that we have. We don't have a G on those either. I don't think they look bad.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, I don't think they look bad. I feel like the G would have ruined the look a little bit, so I actually think it's fine. Okay. I mean, it's gonna be worn like once in the season. So
I heard 3. I heard 3 games.
3?
I heard that from Matt Steinman today. Yeah,
I saw that. So. I feel like there's no way we wear those jerseys for 3 games.
I mean, look at the white though.
The white, I love the white. I love the white. The white outlook was.
Me too.
It was 10 out of 10. I'm gonna say those are my favorite Packers jerseys in recent memory.
I do say I love the hunter green, like the dark green.
I like those too.
I love the throwback. I love
those. Look nice. Those are some of the nicest jerseys in the league, I think. But honestly, I feel like our green standard home jerseys, I feel like those are the best jerseys in the league.
Okay.
They're classic. It's the same thing. It's just traditional, you know?
Yeah. But someone was saying this today. What if we did the all white look for away games like we used to back in the day? Like that was the iconic look.
I actually wouldn't. I don't think I would hate changing our away kits to just all white. They were stunning. They looked really good.
Justin has a good point. All white uniforms against Steelers. Yeah.
Yeah, those
Steelers throwbacks are awful.
The Steelers uniforms have been awful for years, though. Do we remember the Bumblebee? The Bumblebee uniform? That was horrible. That was hideous.
But did you see their throwbacks this year?
Yeah, I saw them. They're horrible. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. I have no idea what they're doing.
Like seriously, like what about Aaron Rodgers now? Like this is the first ever time too that we'll get to see Aaron Rodgers versus Packers in NFL history.
That's true. I mean, I don't feel like when he went to the Jets, I was like, all right, it's like it's out of the division. We probably won't ever play him. I thought he had like 2 years left. 2 years later, I don't know if this is his last year. It might be, but he might have.
It said it was, but he says that every year. It's like the same thing with Travis Kelce. This is apparently his last year. Is it? Who knows?
We have no idea anymore. They just keep it's just a mystery. So I don't like to predict like the end. But I mean, at the end of the day, Aaron Rodgers was my quarterback like for basically my entire life. Like I'm 24. He was basically the only quarterback that I've seen for a long time. So I'm excited to watch him play, and I'm glad he's not hanging it up yet because he's also the last of the generation of the league that we had before with the Drew Brees, Brady. All these yeah. He's the last one out of all of them. So in a way, it's like the last of my childhood, So I'm rooting for him, Obviously, I don't care about the Steelers. Like, it doesn't really matter to me how they do, but it'll be entertaining to like catch his game still.
Exactly.
And I feel like that matchup against the Packers is going to be very, very emotional for a lot of us. It's going to be weird. It's going to be weird. Like, it hasn't hit me. Like, I know we're playing him, but I know it's not going to hit me until we're at like I'm watching the game. I feel like that's going to be very emotional, like for many of us.
See, the thing is,
for a long time.
I love that they put it at prime time. There's no other way that you could have done it.
Oh, I know for sure. That had to be the primetime game.
I think we kind of knew it was going to be when it was Aaron Rodgers with the Steelers. That was the thing too. It's like there's no other way. I saw that or week one. That opening.
They made no moves. They made no moves either because they just let their quarterbacks walk. They let Wilson walk. They let Fields walk. So I feel like they had to have some type of indication or verbal agreement from Rodgers, like, "Hey, I'm going to play for you."
Right.
But also at the same time, I think it's kind of hilarious that he went to the Steelers because we beat the Steelers in the Super Bowl. That's the team he beat in the Super Bowl, So it's kind of funny.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious how he beat them in the Super Bowl and now he's playing for them.
You just brought up a moment that I'm going to get back to the jerseys in a little bit because you just brought up something that I just thought of. Okay. As some of you guys do not know, tomorrow is Mark Murphy's last day as a Packer.
I forgot about that.
Tomorrow officially.
I actually forgot about that.
Yeah, so Mark Murphy will be required to retire. What do you think is his top 3 best moments as a Packer besides his playing career? Like, take the playing out of it, obviously, because that's an obvious answer.
Well, I have to go with he was obviously responsible, like in part for drafting Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
That's the best Packer in history. In history, like it's bitter now. Prior to him leaving the Packers, I feel like it was universally agreed. Like this is the greatest Packer like in history. Now that he's gone, it's left like a sour taste in the mouth of a lot of fans, and a lot of people throw out names like Favre or
Bart Starr,
John Hudson, Bart Starr, like whoever you want to say. There's been some great Packers here, but with all due respect, like this guy, like to me, this is how I always described Rodgers. I felt like if you were a football coach and you wanted the epitome and build a quarterback exactly how the position was meant to be played, I feel like it was Rodgers. The precision was insane. The flick of the wrist and just being able to throw the ball like 50 to 60 yards downfield in any moment. Right. And in his prime, he was actually really elusive. He was hard to bring down in the pocket. He was mobile enough to hurt you getting out of the pocket, and it was a nightmare playing against them.
Right.
So I don't think we'll ever see, like, with all due respect, we'll never see that again in Green Bay.
No.
And probably in the NFL. I don't think we'll ever see that again in the NFL. So to me, that's one of the biggest moments. And obviously, winning the Super Bowl. Winning the Super Bowl, I feel like, is his biggest achievement.
I'm gonna bring up one more, unless if you have the same one.
Sure, go ahead.
Bringing the draft to Lambeau. That's one last thing Mark Murphy wanted to do, and he got it in his final year.
That's a great one. That's actually a really good one, because who would have ever thought that Green Bay, Wisconsin would get something that big?
Hold the draft, yeah. Here's the thing. I have a feeling it's coming back. It was an excellent turnout. I don't think that was the last one that we'll ever see. Actually.
I think they asked Mark Murphy or Gutekunst about it before, and he said that there's been talks about bringing it back eventually.
I would do it. I would honestly. Here's the thing. I would probably go. A lot of people have asked me, because as you guys know, some of you guys know, I went Mark Murphy and announced the golden pick. Another great one, yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a great moment. I was watching from my TV at home, and that moment was really electric. I was wanting to jump out of my seat because it was poetic in a way. We hadn't taken the receiver in that long. We knew we needed help at receiver. We didn't really address it in the draft, and for him to come out in front of Green Bay, announcing that pick, that was amazing. And honestly, it was great. I think it worked out. It worked out perfectly, because I feel like Golden and Tet McMillan were my two best receivers in the draft. Yep. So the fact that Golden even made it, to where we picked, we didn't have to trade up for it. I think that was a 10 out of 10 pick.
That was a great pick. And I will say, being from the audience, we couldn't even hear who it was. So you guys got to see it first. Everyone was shouting green and golden when we left.
Just keep away from punts.
No, because he muffed it today.
No, I saw the Amari Rodgers memes.
Oh my God. Yeah. But the thing
Amari Rodgers brought me so much PTSD. I hated watching him on punt return. Like, I'm sorry, but every time I saw him on a punt return, like, I just had to close my eyes because it was bad.
So it's interesting though, because after the draft, I don't remember when I did it, but I recently interviewed a Longhorn fan that watched Golden and Sorrell both. She told me that neither of them have done punts ever in college. So why are the Packers doing it now when they've never done it? Is what she told me.
I think it's just training camp. I just think it's that part of the year that they're putting everybody, or they're just seeing what they have in a player. And Golden has electric speed. He was the fastest receiver in the combine. He ran like a 9.29, if I'm correct. Maybe a little bit
so faster.
Yeah. On paper, he's the fastest receiver we have in the room. So I feel like they're just trying to see what he can do. And maybe that was punt return, maybe that's kick return. I know that the wide receiver core this year, it's stacked.
It's so tough. I feel bad for so many of these players.
Yeah.
It's so tough.
I mean, even Bo Melton switching from receiver to corner that's a big move. That's big, and I want to highlight that real quick because there was probably no chance he was going to make this roster. And I think it's crazy because Bo Melton, in my eyes, I think he's a solid wide receiver 4 or 5. I feel like on any other team, I feel like he's in contention for a wide receiver 3 role. Yeah. There were so many games throughout the last 2 years where he goes out and he's getting open, or he's making tough catches. I'm just watching it. I'm watching it and I'm like, this guy needs more snaps. On a different team, this guy's a wide receiver 3 or a wide receiver 4,
Easily.
So to say that he might not even make the roster on this team just shows how much depth we actually have. He needed to make that move, the corner, to just stay on this team. I feel like he makes the team now. I'm not sure how good he is as a corner. I think it's just we have to all wait and see. He has for it.
He also played corner in high school or college too, though.
And his brother is a cornerback as well. Maxwell Harrison got drafted to the Cardinals.
Yeah, Max Melton.
Max Melton.
No, you're fine. But that's a good point. And both brothers are wearing number 16 too.
Yeah,
I noticed that, or I saw that.
Like I thought that was a cool little detail. When I originally saw it, I was like, oh, that's
for sure. Brandon McManus, he was perfect again.
Oh, was he?
Yep. Yeah, sure.
Brandon McManus has saved my life because I would cringe after Crosby left watching the receiver carousel that we had in Green Bay. It was funny too because I remember the first game that he played. Who was it against? I forgot the team that we played. But
are you talking about Brandon McManus' first game?
Yeah. Who
Texans or Jaguars? One of the two.
Yeah. So he came out and hits a game winner first. His first game as a Packer.
I think it's the Texans. I think that's one.
After that moment, it really just had me like sitting there like, thank you, God, thank you for
Houston
us right now. And he was solid. He was really consistent. I remember any field goal we took, no matter if it was from the 30-yard line, the 40-yard line, even the 20-yard line, I was sitting there like, you know what? I had anxiety. Because I was like, I don't think we're gonna make this kick. The 50-yard field goal almost became impossible. I didn't even want to think about that, you know. So
another person that we have to mention, Malik Willis. Titans fans, what? Malik Willis, the backup quarterback.
You know, so it's funny because when we made that trade, a lot of people were laughing. A lot of people were laughing because they had written Malik Willis like completely off. They thought he was trash, but I looked at it and I was like, all right, we sent like a 7th round pick for a guy that was getting first round rumors. We got to remember that back in the day when he was as a draft prospect, he was looked at as a potential first rounder. Obviously, it didn't play out like that. No. You know, he slipped, but he was projected there, and he has talent. He's really quick, and I think that's a testament to coaching staffs. Like the Titans, you know, they've been losing for years, and they just don't have that proper coaching staff or patience to really develop like players. Like we brought Malik Willis in, and you got to look at it. In Tennessee, he had all these expectations. If he lost, the media was on his head. He was quickly replaced. So when we brought him to Green Bay, I feel like all those expectations just kind of fell. They're like, all right, we don't expect you to like, you know, come in as a starter and win us games. But when he had to come in, he was one hell of a backup. I almost wish we had the room to like be able to pay him and keep him as a backup. But I feel like he's gonna get a chance during free agency.
Agreed. I think next year.
I feel like he's gonna have a solid chance to go somewhere and compete for a starting job.
Sadly,
I'm not saying he gets the starting job, right?
No, but I think
I feel like one team is gonna give him at least a competition to start.
Right. Yeah. The thing is, we have so many free agents next year. It's like, what do we do with Watson and Dobbs? That's next year. That's the big year.
In my opinion, I think one of them is gonna have to go.
Agreed.
Maybe both of them.
Okay, but which one would you bring back? It's like
I would bring back Watson.
Interesting.
And let me give my explanation for this. So I'm not the biggest Christian Watson fan. I feel like he's been hurt. And look, for the same reasons that this fan base criticized Jair for years, and they said that he wasn't healthy and he wasn't available. Christian Watson, he hasn't completed the whole season yet. He's been injured.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And you know, like, it's not his fault completely, but you know, it's still something that we have to consider. He's had injury issues his entire time in the league, and I think he's a freak. Like 6'4", being that tall to run that fast. I think he's the most athletically gifted receiver that we have in Green Bay. I really do believe that. But at the end of the day, like those physical traits, if you're gonna be hurt all year, do nothing for us. But at this on the opposite end, I think we've seen the full growth limit of what Dobbs is actually going to be.
Yeah.
And he's a great receiver, but I think he's more of a receiver 2 or a receiver 3.
For sure.
And we drafted him late. We drafted him like in the 4th or 5th round. So he outplayed where we drafted him either way. He's been a great receiver for us. But I feel like off of potential, I feel like Watson, we haven't seen his ceiling yet. I feel like we've seen Dobbs' ceiling. And I feel like we have guys that can replace him. We just drafted Savion Williams. I know they're not the same type of receiver, but Savion Williams is a contested catch winner. He wins off of a contested catch, and he has a similar size. He's 6'4". Dobbs is like 6'2", you know? Wins mostly off contested catches. So I feel like we have people that could come in and replace his production with their skill sets. But I don't think we have anybody other than Golden that offers that vertical threat like Watson does.
I don't think so. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, we have McCole Hardman right now, and that's like another name. It's like, is he going to make it?
I don't think so. I would be surprised. I would be surprised if McCole Hardman would, because we just brought in Will Shepherd as well from Colorado.
PTA or Packers All Access was talking about this earlier, actually, and they think he's going to make it based on special teams. The
Hardman?
PTA think he's going to make it because of special teams, punt return, kick return. That was his major thing in Texas or Kansas City.
That's been his major thing, like in his NFL career for the most part. And he's also been like a gadget player that comes out like here and there. I don't think he has any gadget upside for Green Bay. I feel like that's what we drafted Savion Williams for.
Yeah, but if Savion Williams gets hurt, then we're kind of screwed with that.
Well, we still have Jaden Reed. Like I know Jaden Reed doesn't want to run as much of the gadget trick plays as he's like been playing lately. And he just wants to focus on being a pure receiver. But I mean, if it comes to it, I feel like we have somebody that could kind of like fill in. I feel like I would be surprised if Mecole Hardman makes it. I know he's a great returner, but at the same time, like I mean, Keyshawn Nixon is a great returner. I feel like he's still gonna be out there on returns. It would be great to have both of them, but. Will Shepard from Colorado. I don't know if you watch college football.
No, I need to.
I watch a lot of college football.
Okay.
And every single time I watched a Colorado game, every time I watched a Will Shepard, he was just out there making catches and getting open. He was a great receiver. I'm really surprised that he went undrafted and that he took this long to sign as a free agent for Green Bay. So I feel like that's a preseason name to watch. I feel like if he goes out there and he balls during preseason, I feel like a roster spot might be worth considering, and even dropping Mecole Hardman, because I feel like I'd rather take upside and development on something we could have. Maybe he could be like a wide receiver 4 or 5, rather than like a returner. But that's just my opinion.
Okay, so I was just on the Packers app, like doing some math really quick. So Dobbs is 6'2", 204. Savion Williams is 6'4", 222. So Williams is taller.
Yeah, taller and bigger.
Yeah, by a little bit. It's not a lot, though, is my point. But it's going to be interesting, like, who we do.
So who would you keep?
The thing is, I was always a big Dobbs supporter. Justin knows this. I literally predicted Romeo Dobbs to the Packers, like that pick, too. And I don't know why is the thing. Usually here's the thing, when I do a mock draft, and I didn't do one this year because I just didn't have time, I usually predict a Packer right every single year, right? It's like 2023, Lucas Van Ness, I got that one right. Like, on the same pick, too, that we got him. It's crazy. But here's the thing, I don't know. I want to go with Dobbs, but I agreed with Watson.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm at. And like, I know it also depends. I feel like I see a reality where we potentially let them both walk. And I feel like that comes down to what they want to get paid. I feel like Green Bay has been gearing up towards the eventual end of Dobbs in Green Bay either way. I don't think he's going to be as big of a consideration to re-sign as fans think he's going to be. And I say that, and it sucks because he's been a great receiver. But at the same time, we look at this team, and while we've had like solid production, we haven't had that receiver to come in and say he's the guy, he's gonna carry us, he's gonna be the one to take over, and it's cost us. It's cost us in big games. So while the core has been entertaining to watch, and it's been fun to watch, I feel like we need to find the guy, and I feel like Green Bay feels the same way. They just signed, they drafted Golden. And Savion Williams in the top 3 rounds. And we had glaring needs at corner. We had glaring needs at edge rusher.
Agreed.
And they still looked at this team and said, you know what? We need to take 2 receivers.
Agreed.
Because of that, I feel like it is we're not even thinking about Dontavian Wicks. Yeah, sure. He has a drop issue. Devontae Adams had a drop issue. But if you look at the separation and his route running, it's elite. It's elite. He's elite at getting open. If he fixes the drop problem and he could just catch the ball, I feel like we have a real player there. I'm not saying he's going to be the next Devontae Adams. But there's nothing stopping him from being a solid, at least a wide receiver 2 in the league.
Okay, so if we're looking at numbers currently for the wide receivers, Justin made a good point. Terry McLaurin, or Scary Terry, as people call him, is currently looking for an extension with Washington, looking to get $30 million per year. I don't know.
I don't feel like Dobbs and Watson are anywhere near that conversation.
No, me neither.
So like I was saying previously, I don't think Dobbs is going to be in the conversation to re-sign, but even Watson, if he requests a number that's just ridiculous, I feel like it's just smart to let him walk. If he comes back, because we got to remember, he might be out half the year due to the ACL. And if he comes back and he asks for like a reasonable contract, maybe a 1 or 2 year prove it deal, and we'll give you the big extension you want, I would say we have to go with that all day.
I think another reason why I'm going out with Christian Watson versus Dobbs is Christian Watson's dad also played with the Packers, so it could be like a team-friendly deal too.
It could be, but
it's something I'm watching.
That's the only way I would do it. I think that's the only way I would do that deal if it's team friendly. But I feel like, we're talking about his athletic upside. We're talking about his speed. We're talking about his size.
Right.
I feel like somebody might throw him a bag.
Right.
Somebody might look at this 6'4" receiver who runs a 4.33, speed, and they might look at it like, you know what? Let's just throw him an offer. Let's throw him some money.
Justin just brought up. I was about to get there, Justin. Zach Tom got extended. That was a big one to get off this year.
One. That's
4 years, $88 million.
Under $100 million as well, which I thought that's phenomenal. Like, I think Russ Ball has to be one of the best in the entire NFL. Like at working with the cap, you see some of these players like average tackles making like 20 million, 25 million. And you look at Zach Tom, who, in my opinion, he's probably the second best right tackle in the league.
Okay.
Not much players. Like, you could probably throw Lane Johnson like up there, like, ahead of him as a better right tackle. But Lane Johnson's like pushing 40 years old. Zach Tom's in his 20s. He was like a 6th round or 4th round pick out of Wake Forest, if I'm correct.
I don't remember which pick he was. I literally looked at it today too.
I think he was the 4th rounder or the 6th rounder. So.
Could he be a 5th though? That sounds like, I don't know.
Could he be what?
5th? Here, I'll look it up. I know, like.
Oh, he could have been a 5th rounder.
He's going to be 31 when he's at UFA though. That's what scares me a little bit.
I think we hit a slam dunk like pick for him for sure, because you don't draft the second best right tackle in the league where we drafted him, and you don't let a guy like that go. You really don't let like a guy like that walk out the building, because last year Jordan Love played injured the entire year pretty much. Like, we know he wasn't healthy. We know his knee was bothering him. So the quarterback is the number one person that we have to protect. And with Zach Tom being here, that just boosted like for the next 4 or 5 years, however long we have him. So that's always a thing to celebrate, especially when he has upside to become the best in the NFL, in my opinion.
For sure. Agreed. Okay. So Zach Tom.
One thing that I'm just a little bit confused on is whatever we're gonna do with Rasheed Walker.
Yeah, like that one's confusing.
How they handle Rasheed Walker to me every single year is just very confusing, because he's been a solid pass protector. I feel every year he's played in the league, he's been a solid pass protector. I'm not saying he's the best in the league, but he's been genuinely solid for a 7th round pick, And every year in training camp, they say, well, it's competition. He's not to earn his spot, and they drafted Jordan Morgan in the 1st round like 2 years ago. Last year, yeah. And then they drafted Anthony Belton as well, early 2nd round this year. So those are both people that we drafted to potentially either be left tackles or guards. Brought in Aaron Banks. Elton Jenkins is rumored to be the center.
I heard that too.
I'm not understanding what the future plan is, because apparently the reason we drafted Belton last year was, this season was the replacement for Rasheed Walker. But they said the same. Well, he's a left tackle. He's big. He's like 6'6".
Right, I knew that.
Yeah. He's supposed to be the replacement. He's supposed to be the replacement, but there's rumors now that they might pay him. So it's like, why are we drafting all these players to be backups?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense why we're drafting all these players to be backups. In a way, I feel like that hinders the team, because we could have drafted a cornerback. We could have drafted an edge defender. We could have drafted a defensive tackle. I feel like we're thin at D tackle as well.
Agreed.
So it's very confusing. Like, I'm glad we have depth. It's a good problem to have. But at the end of the day, I feel like they need to make decisions on where we're going to play these players.
Yeah. I'm just writing a note about Rasheed Walker to ask like a press person. like Andy Herman that question because he would know more than we would, obviously.
Yeah.
Really quick, I'm just gonna get through these notes I wrote on this whiteboard. I literally watched Basarowski today, like on 2x speed to get all these notes done, and I kind of did it. Ha.
I like his videos. He's one of the underrated ones in my opinion.
Agreed. Packers signed kicker Matt McNamee from Ireland. What was your thoughts? I know we cut Alex Hale. That was a surprise cut. Injury.
I'm not too familiar with him as a kicker.
He's from Ireland, so he's the Pathway program, international Pathway program from Ireland.
I'm not too familiar with him as a player though. Like I'm not sure how he did as a kicker. Like, do you know how he was as a kicker?
I can look it up. And then the next one is Elton Jenkins, and then Center Rumor. And then today they were having Sean Ryan as backup center. So that's also interesting. I saw that.
I feel like Sean Ryan should be the guard. I think he's been solid at guard. Like pretty much the same way. Like he's not been anything like that pops out of the film room. Like you just see him and he's like this elite player. But he's been dependable. He's been solid. So I feel like he should stay at guard. Or I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do with Jordan Morgan. That's something I really wanted like clarity on. We drafted him in the first round. There were so many players we could have taken, and we drafted him in the first round. So he almost needs to be starting, in my opinion.
Okay.
Somewhere.
This is saying Mark, but I thought it was Matt McNamee. They're saying no stats are available. So that's from ESPN.
So we have no idea. We have no idea how he is.
I don't think he ever played NFL though, because he's international, so it's UK. So,
yeah, don't they have like statistics over there for like a team?
No.
Like, really?
No.
Interesting. So we just drafted a guy. I mean, we just signed a guy that I have no idea about.
Signed him, but yeah.
I mean, he must be a good kicker.
I mean, apparently.
Yeah.
So that I'm curious. And also John Williams has a back injury. So a lot of people have been wondering why he's out. That's why. Okay. Quay Walker. It's time to mention him again.
Okay.
Extension.
Yes. For me, it's a yes. I feel like Packers fans, they're way too critical on him.
Mm-hmm.
They're way too critical on him. Like, yeah, I feel like he's not a bad player. No. I feel like his biggest downfall is he's made a lot of boneheaded issues. Like, he's acted off of emotion a little too much, like in games. Mm-hmm. But in a way, I like the passion. I like that fire that he plays with, and we have to look at it from an overall standpoint. He's an extremely fast and versatile linebacker. He's sideline to sideline. He can chase you down like anywhere you want on the field in the blink of an eye. So I feel like his coverage skills as well as his sideline to sideline ability, he's a great player. I feel like we haven't seen the best of him.
No.
I feel like Edrin Cooper should be. He needs to be the guy in the linebacker room. Okay. But Quay Walker as a second option, like somewhere on that linebacker core, that's a really good core. That's a dynamic duo in my opinion.
For sure.
So I feel like it's going to be really hard with two great, fast, and rangy linebackers. It's going to be hard to do anything. I feel like they could both play the run. I feel like they both have amazing coverage skills. I would re-sign them. I would pay him, and it's because I just don't think we've seen the best out of him yet. And I feel like maybe him being the number one like Mike linebacker, it wasn't for him. But maybe now as the second linebacker on that starting defense, maybe we'll see what he could be like. Because I just don't think I think Edrin Cooper this year is gonna cement himself as a top three, as a top three.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I would be shocked if he didn't. He was so fun to watch, but I feel like Quay Walker would be a premium to have at that position.
I think the thing is with last year's Packers class is we had so many great ones. Another great one is Evan Williams. He was great in his fourth round safety. No one expected him to be that good.
Yeah, I honestly. In a way, and I don't want to take anything away from Bullard, but I thought Bullard was going to be the guy for us. I thought he was going to be that second safety opposite of McKinney, that was going to be the one to stand out. So I know we drafted 3 safeties. We drafted Evan Williams, Bullard, and Oladapo. Yeah, we drafted Oladapo. So I really had the highest expectations for Bullard, but Evan Williams just came as complete. He was so reliable, and he wasn't scared to tackle. He was out there. He was flying on the field. So it's, like I said again, a great thing to have. Like week 8 on this 4th round pick. That doesn't take anything away from Bullard. I know he could still. He was really solid at tackling. He had his moments at being iffy in coverage, but he was a great tackler. So I feel like maybe he could be like a slot corner, and he could rotate with a Hobbs. But then again, I don't know. We don't know what their plan is in the DB room. Like, is Hobbs gonna be a slot corner? Is he gonna be the second corner? Like, we don't really know.
We don't know. Yeah.
But it's like I said, I feel like that's a great problem to have because we have a lot of versatile guys that can switch around and fill multiple positions.
Yeah. It's funny that you mentioned Hobbs because Bullard. Yeah, Bullard because he got a pass breakup today from Kraft.
Oh, nice.
Versus Kraft. That's something that Bass said. Bass asked me. So that's good to know that he's learning it.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully he's better in coverage this year.
Right. Xavier McKinney. It's time to mention his name again. He's not done. He got an interception yesterday from Jordan Love.
I feel like there's not much to say about Xavier McKinney. I feel like he's a top 2 safety in the league.
Okay.
I feel like he has changed, and I think that's the biggest thing that like switched our defense from a bottom unit to a top unit in the blink of an eye. Sure, like, you know what I mean? You can credit Halfley. Halfley's been amazing for us. He's changed the defensive realm for us completely.
Okay.
And we don't have the most talented people on defense.
No.
Like, our edge defenders, like, sometimes I feel like quarterbacks had like 6-7 seconds to throw the ball against us.
Okay.
And it was ridiculous.
Okay.
But his scheme and how he gets them to play in unison, he's been excellent. He's been probably so far, oh my goodness, it's been the best defensive coordinator that we've had in years. Probably in over 10, 15 years.
Agreed.
Easily.
And I've been saying this was not our worst defense last year, you guys.
Yeah.
I've heard that so many times last season. This was our worst defense. It was not. Their stats go back to it that this was probably the best defense that we've ever seen since the 2010 Super Bowl.
This is better than any defense. This is better than any defense that they gave Aaron Rodgers post Super Bowl.
Yep, agreed.
So I'm excited, but at the same time, Xavier McKinney, I feel like changed the landscape for us. Teams are scared to throw deep against him. Okay. He puts genuine fear into quarterbacks, knowing that he could take that ball away at any second. And the crazy thing is, we saw his impact immediately last year. Right. Immediately last year, Hurts threw the ball deep, and McKinney just took that thing away. It was so exciting. I'm really excited to watch him play.
I'm excited for it this year.
Yeah. It's been a long time since I looked at a defensive back that we've had, and I was like, I can't wait to watch him. Yeah. I used to like cringe like on defense because I knew we couldn't cover anybody. Yeah. And
is it time to talk about Brian Gutekunst more? That's another name. We have so many greats on this team, this staff that we can talk about. Matt LaFleur, Brian Gutekunst. It's time to talk about his respectful name. It's time to talk respect on his name.
Why is that? Let me hear it from
you. Xavier McKinney, Josh Jacobs, Brandon McManus. We wouldn't even know about Brandon McManus without Brian Gutekunst.
I'm a little bit critical on Gutekunst, if I'm being honest, because I feel like he's mismanaged his team this last season, the draft. And I have to say, I was so through the roof during the golden pick. I was excited. But in the second round, I felt like we had Will Johnson. He went like 3 picks before we had, and he was universally regarded as the best corner in the draft. He had injury issues, but I feel like we could have traded a little bit of capital and gotten him. And then, even if we didn't get him, in the second round, Belton was questionable. And then we drafted Savion, and that was only questionable because we have so much holes at other positions. We need defensive tackles. We need edge rushers. We need corners. So for him to move around the draft like that was confusing. Yeah. It was confusing. And at the same time, he kept Jair Alexander too long.
Agreed. 100% agreed.
We kept him post draft. We should have traded him during the draft, or at least cut him like beforehand. Because I feel like all Packers fans were under the indication like, all right, he's been here this long, he has to be staying.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. He's with Baltimore now, and Goot didn't really have a content. We drafted Micah Robinson in the 7th round, and that was the only move we made at corner. Like, sure, we drafted Hobbs. I mean, we signed to Hobbs in free agency, but I feel like that's not enough.
No,
I don't feel like that's enough. I
agree.
So I feel like that's just complete mismanagement on Gutekunst's record. And like,
agreed for sure.
If we have a poor pass defense this year, it has to fall under his plan. That was his decision. It was his decision to let Jair Alexander walk. It was his decision to not draft any corners early. So if we have a bad unit, I feel like he needs to be in the hot seat.
Agreed. No, agreed. That's a good point. And here's the thing: do we know if Ed Oliver, is it Ed Oliver? Ed Oliver, I think the new president's name is going to keep Ed Policy is going to keep Brian Gutekunst under his contracts. We don't know that, do we?
Yeah, we don't know that because I think there was talk that comes out that they're not re-signing either LaFleur or Gutekunst.
What?
Well, they're not re-signing them this year. They're not giving them contract extension. And I feel like that might be an Ed Policy thing. I feel like he might see some of the things that we see from his perspective, and it might be like a wait and see year for him. It might be a year that he looks at the entire staff, from the top to the bottom, and he looks at his guys that he wants to keep. Because I think Ed Policy is going to come in like making a statement for himself. Mm-hmm. I feel like he has to come in and make a statement for himself. You know, I feel like he has to like show like we still have these aspirations of winning Super Bowls and we're not getting complacent, like just where we are, making playoffs as the last seed 2 years in a row.
Right. One person, and I don't know if you've been checking his social media, Russell Douglas has been hinting a comeback to Green Bay. Do you see that happening? He's
been doing that since the start of the offseason. I think he's just trolling.
Okay. Because he's been doing it on TikTok quite a bit.
Oh, has he? I haven't seen TikTok.
Nope.
I haven't seen TikTok.
Quite a bit.
I have seen him poking at fans on.
This is not. No. This is like he's like making fun of like fans like putting him in his Packer jersey. And I'm like, Rasul, what? People have that picture like from you playing here, obviously.
But at the same time, I think he tweeted out like somebody. I think somebody said like Rasul, like come back and play for the Packers. I think he said like that ship has sailed or something.
Interesting.
But at the same time, I feel like Rasul, he's not the same player that he once was. You know, I feel like he just got older, got hurt a little bit, and he doesn't have the same impact anymore. But I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like we still need corner help. We just put one of our receivers at corner. Why not? Why not just give him a 1 year veteran minimum deal and see what he can do?
Justin made a good point. We have to wait until 2026 for Russell. Not necessarily true. Because, so I don't know if you knew about this. I gave Andy Herman a history lesson. It was kind of funny. So basically, you can't sign a player after 2 years after trading them. Is the thing, right?
Really?
Yep. We traded Rasul October 23rd of 2023 is when we traded him to the Bills. So it would be this October that he could come back potentially, but again, injuries.
That's interesting. I had no idea.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know about that. I keep saying that on Twitter, and I'm like, you guys, it's impossible as of now. So maybe that's why he's hinting at it too, knowing that.
Well, I don't think he would wait until October to like sign with the team. I feel like he needs if he has any offers or even any like invites, I feel like he needs to take that soon because the season starts soon. Mm-hmm. He needs to get ready to like learn the team's playbook, scheme, all that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm. One of my friends is in Orlando right now, and that's what we're talking about in chat right now.
Yeah, so I definitely wouldn't put money on Rasul Douglas coming to Green Bay. I feel like that ship is kind of sailed.
Keaton Oladapo, you mentioned him. He's playing at nickel currently, nickel cornerback.
Really?
So that's something, yeah. So that's what he did today, according to Bass.
Yeah, so I know that was one of his favorite players coming out of the draft. I remember during that whole draft session when he would do a mock draft, Kitana Ladapo was his favorite safety actually in that draft, and he spoke very highly of him. So I don't think we've seen any of his actual he took very minimal snaps. I think he took maybe like 20 or 30 total defensive snaps last season.
Very, very minimal.
So very, very few. We definitely did get to see him involved. I do feel like I want to see what he's capable of. I would like to see him get some defensive snaps. And honestly, I feel like this year it's up all over. I feel like opportunity on this team to be that guy defensively, I feel like anybody could take it. I feel like one of these corners needs to step up and go get that opportunity. I'm excited to see what Kalen King can do.
Agreed.
Kalen King went from a projected first round pick to being drafted in the 7th round or an undrafted free agent. I forgot where he was gotten by the Packers.
You mean Kalen King?
Yeah, Kalen King.
7th round.
Yeah, 7th round. So he went from a first round projection the year prior to a 7th round pick, and I feel like there might be a player there because if you had a first round projection and you fell to the 7th round. That means that you had to have the talent to flash on tape that you were worth a first round projection at one point.
Right. So what happened to make him drop that bar? Is what I'm wondering.
I don't remember. I'm not sure if there was character concerns or if there was an injury. It was one of.
I heard injuries with him a lot.
Yeah, I think it might have been injuries. But sometimes we've seen in the past, some of these these players with injury tags and character concerns. They've turned out and they've turned the corner in the NFL. They've made changes and they've been able to actually become genuine pieces. I feel like if I had to point to any corners on this team that I'm the most excited for, though, it would be Carrington Valentine.
Okay.
I feel like he genuinely could become a CB1. He has the confidence. One thing I loved about Jair is I feel like your cornerbacks have to have that cockiness, that swagger, that I'm going to lock you up, there's nothing you can do about it type energy. And I feel like we don't have that in this cornerback room. But I feel like if there's one person who does, it's Carrington Valentine.
Agreed.
I feel like he has that mentality. I feel like he has that great determination that Jair had where he was like, you know what? I'm going to be on you all game and there's nothing you can do about it. You're not doing anything. So I feel like if he puts the tools together, I feel like he could turn out to be a pretty solid defensive back.
Agreed. One thing to mention is this was a non-padded practice. Love PTA. They're back in chat. I told you this. So this is the giveaway winner of the Dorsey Levens jersey. Wait, I can say that right.
Oh, is that the winner?
It's I believe this is the winner of the Dorsey Levens jersey, the one that I was telling you about earlier from PTA.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it was a signed Dorsey Levens jersey too.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Cool. That's
so
a big congrats.
I'm not going to say how much he donated because I do know this, but this is one of them from PTA. They all know me as the podcast, kind of from their United Bates. I'm not sure, and Respect Oranges. I'm not sure if you're in there. I'm not sure what Clayton talked about, but if you guys have any questions, we're almost done with the questions. But then they can. If you want, they can also bring up some stuff in chat.
Yeah.
Okay. Something that Bass also noticed, or Bass talked about today, is Simmons to linebacker, outside linebacker.
Outside?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So that's an interesting move. So I wonder what's going to happen there.
That's an interesting move because I feel like if he was an outside linebacker, then wouldn't that mean that he would be doing a lot of pass rushing?
Right.
I don't know how he's been as a pass rusher pretty much ever in his career. I thought his skill sets were his coverage and his speed. Mm-hmm. That's what's been talked about from him since he was in college coming into the league. I remember it was always his size, his speed, because he was 6'4", ran a 4.3 or something, 40. Mm-hmm. And he was a hybrid safety to linebacker. So one of his traits was coverage and versatility and speed. So I don't know why he would potentially move the outside linebacker. I feel like being on the inside is like where he would thrive in. And I'm not having these giant expectations because at the end of the day, he hasn't had the best career in the league, but I feel like we've seen before that Green Bay could be the land of second chances, So maybe he gets it right in Green Bay.
Yeah. But it's interesting because he became a Packer after Xavier McKinney basically told Matt LaFleur, like, this is a good dude. So there's comparison right there for that.
Yeah, but I feel like at the end of the day, like, might be a good dude. I feel like he's going to be more of a special teamer. Okay. But like I said, he always had that rare size and speed and hype to him. So I feel like if it's time to get your career on track, it's now.
Right. Okay. I see some questions in the chat. These are actually good tonight. Okay. Yeah. So this is what Matt LaFleur mentioned one of the press conferences is Nathaniel Hackett is the same role as Robert Saleh, the defensive specialist.
I'm confused on that because I always thought Hackett was an offensive guy.
Well, it's the same role as how we did Saleh last year. How Saleh was on defense. It's the same thing.
No, I hear you, but to me, I don't understand because I thought Hackett was more of an offensive guy.
And I know, but they're doing that so then the defense can see what the offense is seeing, kind of.
Oh, okay. I guess that makes a little bit of sense.
So it's like what Saleh did last year. Because Saleh is more of a defensive guy, but Saleh was on offense, from what I understand.
I was really hoping that we could sign Robert Saleh to like some type of deal,
Yeah.
It was really a bummer when he had to like walk up out of here. And honestly, had we not had Jeb Havley, I feel like that would have been a godsend. Like he probably would have taken a defensive coordinator job with us. Did he end up back with the Niners? Is that where he went back?
Correct.
Is he the DC with the Niners again? So correct. that's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a problem for sure because he's a really good defensive coach.
Agreed. Really quick, I see some. I'm gonna go to these questions and then I'll bring up one other thing because another thing that I didn't write notes on. Okay. What is the Packers' major goal for the upcoming NFL season? I would say honestly, make playoffs. I would go more in depth, but
if I'm being honest, I feel like our major goal this season has to be going deep in the playoffs.
Agreed.
We've been the 7th seed the last 2 years in a row. And the 7th seed has only existed for like the last 2 years,
Correct.
So if we're really looking at this from a perspective of how the NFL used to be prior, because there was 6 seeds, there wasn't 7.
Right.
If it was regularly to how it's always been before, then we would have not even been in the playoffs these last 2 years. We've been the last spot both years. So we've overachieved because we beat the Cowboys that year, like badly. Right. And then we almost beat the Niners and made it to the
conference. My gosh.
That was one of the greatest seasons in my life as a Packer fan because I was like confident. I was like, we can beat the Cowboys. But when we actually walked in there and like destroyed them, it was one of the greatest experiences like that I've had watching like a playoff game. Okay, I feel like we can all relate to this. During the Rodgers era, the playoffs were highly stressful times for us because we had the expectation of going to a Super Bowl every single year. Every single year we felt it could have been our year. So it was a highly stressful thing. During that run with Jordan Love in his first year, it was like we could just all lay back and relax because it was like, well, if we don't win, we made the playoffs during the first year of our rebuild, which is an accomplishment. But now we're 2 years in. We made the playoffs both years. That's great. I feel like we need to be a high seed. We need to be like a second or third seed in the playoffs this year. We need to win 1 or 2 playoff games this year for sure because I feel like it's not cutting it. It's not cutting it. I feel like playoffs aren't just cutting it. I feel like we're in year 3 now. We have a really talented team and we have a lot of draft picks. It's not going to be like this forever. There's going to come a point in time where some of these guys have to get paid. We can't pay everybody. So I feel like our window is actually a lot smaller than people might think. Windows don't last forever. We don't know fully what Jordan Love is going to be. I think he's a great quarterback. We don't know what his ceiling is yet. His first year was extremely promising. His second one, we saw a limited version of him because he was hurt. So this year, we need to see what Jordan Love's ultimately going to become and how far he can take us. I feel like he could take it to the Super Bowl. I feel like he could develop into that player, but I don't think playoffs are enough this year. I think we need to see more. We need to see development. We need to see cohesion in this team, and we need to make a deep run.
High Def, he's the one that's at Disney right now. This is another MAC member, a My Autism Connection member.
Yeah.
So I see these I see these people, or I see most of them like 2 to 3 times a week.
Nice.
In person, so they know who I am. They know that I run this podcast. That's why they're all here right now.
Nice.
Alternatively, biggest hole weakness in the roster, I would say corner, like defense, like corner and linebacker.
I would have to say corner as well. I was gonna say edge rusher, but look, for all the hate Rashawn Gary gets, they hate on him because he's not, like Rashawn Gary's he's a good edge rusher. He's solid. Like, he gets pressure. He doesn't bring all the sacks every single year, but he gets a good amount of pressure, on the quarterback. And that's actually a statistic that's well documented. So he's solid, but he's not in the tier 1 of like Max Crosby's, Aiden Hutchinson's. Like, he's not in that category. So he gets hate because people don't see the big sack numbers. He does his job. He just doesn't have real other people like Lucas Van Ness. I'm sorry, but he's been very disappointing. Within his first 2 years.
Yeah, I know.
Last year he got outsnapped by, I forgot who it was. I think it was Kingsley Enagbare. It was Enagbare. Enagbare outsnapped Lucas Van Ness.
Or was it Brian Cox Jr. though, too?
It might have been, but I know Kingsley Enagbare outsnapped him for sure. So that's a problem. When we draft the guy 13th overall, and we have like a 5th round pick outsnapping him from like 2 years prior or a year prior, that's a problem.
Because if I'm right, Lucas Van Ness's pick was Sydney is the Crosby. Yeah. No, we're talking about Max Crosby. That was part of the Aaron Rodgers deal, is Lucas Van Ness.
Yeah, he was.
No, that's crazy.
And it's bittersweet because the Jets took Will McDonald, and he's been productive with high pressure.
I know.
So in a way, like, it's like, it just sucks. It sucks, but at the same time, I would have to agree with you on corner because I feel like we actually have a solid guy in Gary. In the corner room, I feel like we don't know what we have. Like, I mean, Keyshawn Nixon was solid when he moved to the boundary, but I don't see him as a cornerback 1. I don't see him being the number 1 cornerback on this team. I just can't imagine a world where we go far where he's the number 1 cornerback. Hobbs has been more of a nickel / slot guy his whole career. He has played boundary, but he's been just as injured as Jair.
Okay.
Injury-prone corner. Hobbs has been hurt the majority of his time in the NFL. So I think he's missed like 16 games, if I'm not mistaken, and he's only been in the league like 4 years. Okay. He's missed a good amount of time, but I can't point you to one guy in the cornerback room where I feel confident in. Like, I talked highly about Carrington Valentine already, but we don't know what he's going to be at the same time. Like, we have no idea. He could be great, but he could also just be a cornerback 3.
Agreed. Okay, another moment that I have to say, as I'm getting a text right now from one of the people that's in chat, Corey. Speaking of Mark Murphy, the bike tradition, the Dream Drive, it's one of my favorite Packer traditions of all time.
I think it's really cool. I think it's really cool how they do that during training camp. It's always like fun to see. Not a lot of teams I feel are really like that interactive, like within the community. And the cool thing with the Packers is that Green Bay is like really small and like oriented around the people. So I feel like the players interacting with the community and stuff. It's like a very common thing. I live in LA. I'm from California, so it's like it's not the same thing. Like, you don't have that same experience. Like, you don't like, the players aren't as in tune with the community as like how it is like there in Green Bay. So even them doing that is like really cool. Yeah. I actually heard a rumor that they were gonna do that tradition for the NFL draft, that they were gonna come out with a bike ride, and I thought that was really cool. It didn't end up happening for whatever reason, but
they should have.
I thought it should have. It would have been really cool, like, for that to see that happen. But maybe when it comes back to Green Bay eventually, they'll implement it.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so speaking of that, they kind of did, but kind of didn't, from what I understand, from what I could see. Because basically, so you guys are watching it on the TV, right? I was watching the draft on Jumbotrons.
Yeah.
So, like, small screens to the side.
Yeah.
We couldn't see the stage.
Yeah.
Because people were screaming, people were jumping up and down. So it's like, I couldn't see the draft as well as you guys could.
Oh, okay.
So I was basically watching on the Jumbotrons to the sides.
Yeah.
So it's like I wasn't face on, like I was for Matthew Golden, because before the Packers picked, everyone left to get out. No one, so I kept moving forward closer to the gate.
Yeah.
So, okay. Back to the dream drive. Okay. So the Packers tradition of players riding in the bikers to practice began in 1958. It still is today as the young fans. The players are offer the kids to ride their bikes, and they still do it. It's called the Dream Drive. And so when the 2025 NFL draft was around, Commissioner Roger Goodell actually highlighted it and participated. So that was fun, how he actually like participated in it.
Yeah, I saw something like that.
Yeah, I think it was like when they were announcing like Green Bay is on the clock, you can pick what blah blah. I think that's when he did it.
Oh, that would make more sense.
Yeah, and that's when the famous Clay Matthews moment with the Bears happened as well. Okay, Brittany says, how can Packer players better interact with the community? I think they do a great job now with it. However, like more social media aspects of it, I don't know. They've gotten better in the past though.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not really sure. I feel like Packers players do better than any team really. I feel like
exactly for NFL, yeah.
The Packers are a very unique situation. Like nobody goes to Green Bay, Wisconsin just to go to Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Well, yeah. Also, you have to think the Packers are the only fan-owned team too. So it's like
it gives the fans more of a sense of importance within the team because it's like everybody owns it.
Right. It's like when people ask, like, do you have an ownership? No, but I've gotten gear. I've went to the draft. Like I obviously have a lot of Packers stuff behind me, but
like you're an owner of the team.
Technically, yes, but technically, no. It's like I don't have a paper that says I own it, but
yeah, exactly.
I lived in the state for almost all my life, so
yeah. And
at this point, I have a lot of NFL merch. So.
Oh yeah.
I would totally show you it, but some of them keep falling down, like the Mark Tomorrow one, and like the Lombardi. Here, I'll like move my head. That's like most of them. It's like Sterling Sharp.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah.
I'll have to take a picture of it in person and like send it to you. Like I have Lombardi up here and stuff.
That's cool.
So all the goats.
No, I like your merch. It's nice. I don't have as much as you do. Like just like out there. I definitely need to get some more.
So this all actually came from my uncle. So thank you, Uncle Larry, if you're watching. He gave this to me at the draft. So they live in Illinois, but his son's a big Bears fan.
Yeah.
So they didn't want all this Packers stuff. So when I told my uncle that I own a podcast, which obviously you know now I do, you guys know I do, and he's the one that gave this to me. Oh, and all my Packer cards in my binder, which is over there somewhere. And also, I need to thank, I haven't seen him in the chat, but my friend Joseph gave me this bear. It's a Green Bay Packers Build-A-Bear.
Nice.
His name is Greenie, and it's Packers everywhere. Like,
that's I like that. That's cool. I used to have a Mickey Mouse Packers stuffed bear.
There you go.
But I gave that to my uncle's son when he was born.
Okay, people want to know, how did you become a Packers fan? I know you're from California, but
that's actually a good question. Yeah, really random because I get it. So out here in California, there's not much Packers fans. Like what we have. No, there's actually not. I mean, obviously, when they come out here, like Packers fans, like have like huge turn-ups, but Packers fans turn up for any game, like you know what I mean, anywhere, like wherever it is. But there's not many Packers fans over here. A lot of people are mostly Cowboys, Rams, Chargers.
Yeah, I bet.
What else? I saw a lot of Broncos fans out here, like weirdly, but I'll actually like tell you. during my entire like time, like growing up and going to school, I've never met another Packers fan.
That's funny.
Yeah, there's like there's really not much like out here. It's not like a common thing. Like the teams I just mentioned are like the real common things. But see, I got into football because my uncle like loved football. He loves the NFL, and his team was the Packers, and he's like 33, 34. So
Okay.
he watched a little bit of the end of like like Brett Favre, but he watched like the entire time of like Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. So he just kind of like fell in love with like the players, like Favre, Rodgers. He just loved watching them play. And as I was growing up, one thing that we did like to bond was watch games. And before I knew it, like quickly, like I would watch every single game on Sunday, like with him. And it turned from watching every single game on Sunday with him to like just watching every single game in general. And I would keep up with like everything, Packers related. And I was the guy going to school, wearing cheese heads, like all that type of stuff. I was fully geared out, like in my Rodgers jersey, and I would bring my cheese head to school sometimes. You know what I mean? After a win, and it's just been such a big thing in my life. Like, there's just so much memories that I've had like over the years, like from the Packers. And when you grow up and like you're just really into like a sport, like a team means so much more to you than just like supporting it or like whatever. Like people that don't watch sports like look at like hardcore fans and they're like, well, why do you care if they lose? It's whatever. Or it's not that big of a deal, it's just a sport. But like when you really support like a team and you put so much hours of investment watching it and following everything about it, it becomes part of your life. So I feel like to me, the Packers, it's not just a hobby. It's not just a team that I support. It's like been such a crucial part of my life. Like everybody that knows me knows that I love the Packers. I'm always posting about the Packers. I'm like I've always been talking about the Packers. Like I'm always talking about sports. Obviously, football is my favorite sport. I watch other sports. I have other teams that I support. You know what I mean, from other sports. But the Packers sit there like at the top of everything.
Wait. TFW, your team hasn't won in over 20 years. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's from the Patriot states.
He's from what?
The Patriots, like states, like that type of team base.
See, at the end of the day, it's easy to like support a team that wins a lot. Like a lot of people support teams that just like are always winning or like winning a lot. And that's cool. Like, you get to experience that. But I feel like when your team that you supported your entire life finally wins it, I feel like that trumps like kind of everything. Like that feeling is indescribable,
Exactly.
I was able to watch
he doesn't support New England teams. My bad.
I was young, right? I was young, but I watched the Packers win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, me too.
I watched the Packers win the Super Bowl with my uncle. And to this day, like that was one of the happiest moments of my entire life because one of my best friends at that time was a Steelers fan. And going to school the next day was just, oh my God, it was so fun. Like I know he was sad, but I was like so happy. I was so excited that we had won the Super Bowl. And like to this day, that feeling that I had, and I was young, but that feeling I had, like seeing us win it, I haven't felt that happy. Like, like obviously I've been very happy, with things that happened, but I haven't felt that sense of happiness that I've had in a long time. And I hope I get to feel that at least once more in my life. Like I would love to watch them win it at least once more in my life. But that was a great experience.
Okay, Bates has a fun question that I don't think anyone has asked ever on this podcast, actually.
Sure.
He's from PTA, so they're not sure what we talked about. So apparently I've had friends checking on PTA, and apparently they're offline, so maybe that's why they're all coming over. I'm not sure. Hi, PTA chat. We love you guys. They're not sure what we talked about. So who is everyone's favorite Packer of all time? Of all time? That's a tough question. Because we're both younger too, is the thing.
Well, this would be a better question, I feel, if it said minus Aaron Rodgers. Because I feel like if you're asking me who my favorite Packer is of all time, I'm gonna say Aaron Rodgers every single time. And I feel like most people are gonna say Aaron Rodgers.
Exactly.
But if you say like, oh, your favorite Packer of all time minus Aaron Rodgers, I feel like
That's harder.
Yeah, I say let's do it. Your favorite Packer of all time minus Aaron Rodgers, because I feel like you and I are both going to say Aaron Rodgers.
Wait, who are you saying? If we're not doing Aaron Rodgers?
I said, oh.
Are we not doing Aaron Rodgers? Is that the deal?
I said instead of just saying Aaron Rodgers is our favorite Packer, let's do this question with our favorite Packer ever minus Aaron Rodgers. You can't say Aaron Rodgers.
I'm also a defense girly, so that's why I have all three of my jerseys I have are defensive players. So like this one's LBN, this one's about Van Ness, and I have Russell Douglas in the green in the 50s. And I also have Clay Matthews. I would say, like, are we talking like Super Bowl era? Or because I would say Reggie White. Reggie White is good.
It could be your favorite Packer ever minus Aaron Rodgers. Anyone.
Okay. I would say like Reggie White. I wasn't alive for Raji. I would say Raji, but
that's a popular.
I've seen footage of him, so that's why I'm including him.
No, I'm saying BJ Raji. That's a really popular fan pick. Like, everyone loves BJ Raji. That's a good one. Like that would be a good one. Like for anybody to say, like minus Aaron Rodgers. But
that's hard.
Yeah, who do you say is your number one?
United Bates says minus Reggie White. He was the reason I became a Packers fan in 1993 when I was 8 years old. Great pick. For me, this is hard because I love Donald Driver. I love Jordy Nelson.
Love Donald Driver. Love Jordy Nelson myself.
It's like I would have to say Clay Matthews. Like
Clay Matthews, great pick. He was the best edge rusher we had in the 2000s era. Like from the 2000s forward, Clay Matthews is the best edge rusher we've had in the Packers.
Mm-hmm.
Who would you say? Really is a tough one. So I'm gonna name. I might throw out like 3 names.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good consideration, and then I'll say like maybe my favorite. But this is a really hard one. This is really tough.
I know it's tough.
I'm gonna throw out Devontae Adams.
Yep.
Because he's like I think he's gonna make the Hall of Fame. I do think he's gonna make the Hall of Fame. He's had an unfortunate turn to his career, like post Green Bay, because he's been part of like 3 different teams in 3 different years or 4 years.
Rams now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's been part of like 3 different teams now in like 4 or 3 years. So he's had an unfortunate turn, but I feel like in Green Bay he was just different. Like he was unstoppable. Like you would watch him play and you just knew he was different. It made like losing Jordy Nelson like a little bit less heartbreaking because he just picked up the slack so quick and he became so good so fast. Mm-hmm. So I feel like I have to throw in like Devontae Adams in there. This is a weird one, and this is gonna catch you off guard because his stint in Green Bay was very up and down. But I loved HaHa Clinton-Dix.
Yep, great pick.
That performance he had against Seattle, where he had like 3 or 2 interceptions, had me jumping out of my seat. It had me jumping out of my seat because I really thought we were on our way to the Super Bowl again. If it wasn't for that Brandon Bostick, fumble, like he dropped the onside kick, that was heartbreaking. But that performance he had in that championship game, that did so much for me. Like I'll never forget that. Like I will really never forget that. I'll never forget that performance that he had. And I thought he was overall solid in coverage for years. He had like tackling like mistakes and all that, but I thought he was a very solid safety. So that's a little obscure. That's a little obscure. But another one. Obviously, I loved the Clay Matthews, BJ Raji. Yep. I'm mostly talking right now. I was like Packers that I got to see.
Exactly.
Rather than like going, dating myself, like saying like Reggie White. I never really got to see Reggie White. So I would say maybe Aaron Jones, honestly.
Yeah, that's a great pick.
Aaron Jones is like a fan favorite, and here's the really sad part. Like, I thought Eddie Lacy was gonna be special. Mm-hmm. I thought Eddie Lacy was on his way to being like a special running back in Green Bay, and it's sad that he ended up not making it like work out because he had issues with his weight and like other things that happened along the way. But Aaron Jones kind of came in and just did so much for the community in Green Bay, and he did so much for the team. So I feel like he's like one of the universally liked the ones. But off the modern century, if I had to say my favorite, I would probably say Adams.
Good one. Chat is cheating a little bit. Not really. They saying mine was Chuck Cecil and Mark Murphy. Yeah, Mark Murphy, the safety, the president, the former president. Yeah. Great pick.
Great pick.
Yeah. Oh, I just realized it's 9:30 on the East Coast.
Oh yeah, we've been here for a while.
I mean, whatever. Where can people find? Or no, you know what? Never mind. Not the same guy. Yeah, it is Mark Murphy. What? He was the safety for the Packers and the president. I don't know what they're talking about in chat anymore. Top 100. We've seen 2 Packers.
That was Jordan Love and Rashawn Gary, right?
Yep. Do we see any more? I think we see Xavier McKinney.
Oh yeah, McKinney for sure, but I think it stops after McKinney.
Do we see Josh Jacobs?
We see McKinney. We see McKinney and Jacobs for sure. I'm tripping on that. Obviously, I think Jordan Love is like too low on the top 100. I think he's way better than his rank. But
obviously he was injured, so that also plays a major part in that for sure.
Yeah, it was the injury that I feel like played a major part. Rashawn Gary, I feel like that's a valid spot. That's a valid spot because like he has good pressures, but the sack count isn't there. There was sadly prior to the injury, he was looking like he could become something special in Green Bay, but I feel like where he's at now, I feel like he's it's accurate, it's fine. I'm not mad about it. Like Jordan Love, could have been a little bit lower. I mean, like a little bit higher, on the list, but it's fine. Like we'll accept it right now. Like we'll revisit this in a year. We'll revisit this in a year time, and then we'll be yeah, Jordan Love's top 10. But I think we definitely see McKinney and Jacobs there for sure.
Okay.
I would be shocked if we didn't see McKinney and Jacobs. And I would say anywhere from like the range from 1 to 20, Obviously I don't think we're gonna get 1, 2, or 3, but in the range of like 1 to 20, I would say it's pretty good for them.
Okay. They're talking about Mark Murphy right now in chat, apparently. And I was telling them I actually have Mark Murphy's card. That's one of them I do. I have like 7 of them.
Oh, nice. It's really cool.
I mean, when they all come to me, I had to sort them out.
Yeah.
So where can people find you?
So where can people find me? You can find me on X. You can find me on Twitter, X, whatever you prefer. Titletown Talks. I started a TikTok. I haven't posted anything yet. I just started it, and that's also Titletown Talks. Okay. You can also find me on YouTube at Titletown Talks, but I have not posted yet. I'm very new to the scene, so follow me on X if you want to for the content that I post. I post a lot of opinions and news, like for the Packers and all that type of stuff. I plan on doing live content. I want to start my own podcast soon, and I travel a lot to NFL games with the Packers. You know what I mean? Not with the Packers directly, but not with the Packers directly, follow them around the United States. So I think I'm gonna do some live content, interviewing Packers fans in person at stadiums and that type of stuff. So,
do it.
Do it. You want to follow me and keep up with my content because I plan on starting the TikTok and YouTube soon. Then I'd appreciate that.
I'm actually I feel like I'm friends with you on TikTok, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna check right now.
I'm not sure because I just started the account.
Oh well, I don't know.
But find me anywhere on Titletown Talks.
I'm like searching it up right now on my phone. Oh man, okay, I'm not. I'll do that after the show.
Sure.
So I know most of you guys have Twitter because United Bates actually just shouted this podcast out on Twitter. So that's how most of them are coming over.
Nice. That's
so
cool.
You guys should follow Titletown Talks on Twitter. Just saying, you guys. You guys found that.
Every follow is appreciated. Thank you guys.
Exactly. Seriously, please subscribe to Mac and Cheese. Please subscribe to Titletown Talks, their YouTube channel. Your YouTube channel? Do you have a co-host?
Not
Or
yet.
Not yet.
I'm a co-host. I'm in the phase of planning everything. Like I need to. I want to co-host. I don't want to do it by myself. You know, I want to co-host, so I need to find like a good, passionate Packers fan like out there. You know, at some point and all that to get on my podcast. And then, yeah, I want to do TikTok, all that type of stuff. But right now, I'm active on Twitter mainly. So,
so
the
after this,
YouTube and TikTok are in process though.
Perfect. After this, I'll contact you. I'll give you my email, and then I'll give some other ones to you.
Sure.
Some of my friends that are Packer fans, like Fun Football Podcast, I know them. I'm friends with Isaac personally.
Yeah.
I'm friends with Sounds Good personally too. So
thank you.
I can definitely help you with that.
Appreciate that.
I'm kind of boring right now. I have like nothing in my background. I don't know what to say next. Because honestly, here's the thing, and I already decided this. I might do weekly updates like for training season, training camp, and you're welcome to come back on. I forgot to say that. I usually do.
Yeah, you know, just reach out whenever you want to guest.
We're talking about doing a 53 reveal right now. Just
in all 53?
Yeah.
That's nice.
That's fun.
Yeah, for sure.
We're talking about doing a mock of it too, currently.
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
just reach out to me, you know, obviously when you have a space for a guest, you know.
I mean, we always have space. Like I told you, we go based on your guys' time.
Yeah.
It's just hard because I can't say what I was about to say because someone might get in trouble or I might get in trouble, so I'm not going to do that. But it's going to be.
I'm like, tell me off camera.
I don't know if I can though. I mean, I probably can, but just because this person is subscribed to this podcast, that's why I can't.
Okay, got it.
I can probably DM it to you. That's what they said. I can't tell it verbally.
Okay, for sure.
I can DM it to you. I think. I'm pretty sure I can. I don't know. You guys know we actually interviewed a linebacker in this year's draft. Sadly, he did not get drafted. He did not get drafted though.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it was Jameer Augustine from Southern University, I think.
Yeah.
Sweet guy. Amazing guy.
Well, did he get any camp invites or anything? No? Oh, that's unfortunate.
I'm thinking Canadian League because the school that he went to was smaller, unfortunately, too.
Makes sense.
It just sucks. But
yeah, definitely.
As far as next I honestly don't know what it's going to be. You guys will see me in PTA chat. I'll be back. You guys haven't gotten rid of me, sadly. But I'm gonna here. You know what? We're gonna play an old intro. When I say that, not really old. So you know how I mentioned Tom Grossi to you?
Yeah.
So this is his. So he does. I don't know if you've experienced Coach yet, or not.
But what?
Coach, his series.
No. Okay.
Yeah. So I'll send you Coach. So basically, Coach is an NFL series, and it talks about like different. It's a comedy NFL show.
Oh, okay, got it.
But his intro music person actually did our intro music person, and I did meet them at the draft as well. So nice. I'm gonna play that, and I usually don't play it, but then I am now. Also, really quick, I just realized that I didn't say where you guys can follow me. You guys can follow me at Mac Podcast 2023 on X, Twitter. We're also on Blue Sky. I'm not doing anything with it right now. I got told to hop on it, and I'm like, I don't know what to post, so I rarely post on it.
Yeah, I feel it.
It's just like been fun because it's like you never know what's gonna happen to X, or it's like. Yeah,
definitely.
It's okay. Anyways, and I did make this intro by myself, so no one helped with this one. Pretty much. Hey, are you kidding me? I can't play it. No.
Fortunate.
Well, it's. I wonder if you can play it. You can play that one? No! Okay, so I can't play it, unfortunately. Yeah, I literally can only play the countdown. That's weird. I used to be able to play them all. No! StreamYard, love me. Can I do this one? This is not the right show. No! Okay, it won't let me play any of them. No! Okay, never mind. Do you have any final thoughts, I guess?
I think it was a good show. I think we discussed some good recent, some recent news and opinions and all that type of stuff. And thank everybody who tuned in and heard us talk like Packers. Every single one of you.
If you guys have not seen this, because I know some of them came in late, please watch the whole episode.
It was a good combo.
Yeah, I know 3 of them were watching another show at the same time. So that's why I'm saying that. Yeah. But I will let your guys' amazing and great podcast. Thank you, Brittany. I'll see you Saturday.
Thank you everyone for tuning in. Appreciate it.
Thank you guys. Bye guys.